Okay, you build your product or your funnel and website is ready. Now what? How to get massive traffic to your page predictably. In this video, I will share my favorite strategy that I used for about 4 or 5 years, and last year it generated close to $1 million for my client in e-commerce. Hi, my name is Andres Zemmers and you're watching What Works in Marketing YouTube channel. This is the place where you get proven tactics, strategies, new and exciting findings in marketing so you can finally grow your online business and live the life you want. So this is January when I'm recording this, and like in every January, this is the moment where you plan your campaign year, your budget year, your marketing year. And for this particular client, I do this every 6 months, in January and in July. Whenever you ask how to get traffic or how I can generate traffic, remember, the traffic is already there. You just need to get their attention, warm them up, and ask for call to action. That's basically it. In this video, I won't talk about sales, I won't talk about lead generation or conversion, I will only talk about traffic. So you can get massive traffic to your website predictably. So where do your clients or any kind of traffic or potential traffic comes from? There are only 6 sources. So first one is paid media, so any kind of blogs, news sites, media sites, any kind of placements where you can pay to get your ad. Second is owned media or inbound marketing. This is mainly your email list. Number 3 is earned media, which is basically social media or organic content. Number 4 is outbound, which is sales calls or cold emails. Number 5 is partnerships. And number 6 is referrals. Okay, so we have 6 ways. What do we do about them? I read or listened to a quote from Tony Robbins, as I remember, and paraphrasing it was, the only way how you can influence people is by using channels that already has the influence over those people. My whole 5-step strategy is built on the channels that, in my opinion, influence my audience the most. So here's the 5-step strategy. Step number 1, I ask one big question: where do they hang out? Step number 2, I create a list of these channels and group them. Step number 3, I create KPIs and processes to reach them out and make relationships. Step number 4, I schedule and execute campaigns. And step number 5, I look back and measure data. So let's look at each of the steps. So step number 1, I ask myself, where do they hang out? So I know that in my client's niche, the audience hangs out in many places. They read industry journals, they watch YouTube channels, they'll read blogs and media about this specific thing, they buy courses, and they definitely listen to podcasts. How do I know that? Well, for many years, I've been sending out surveys once or twice a year, and I just know where my audience is. If you don't have an audience yet, just go to Google or talk with your friends or talk with anyone in this specific industry, and you will see where they get the new information, where they educate themselves, where do they buy stuff, etc. And my only job in this step number 1 is to create categories. Just create empty Google sheet and put in the categories. Websites and media, blogs, online courses, YouTube channels, podcasts, and forums and communities. Step number 2. So when the categories are ready, I list 20 to 30 channels, individual channels in each of the categories. The goal is to get 100 channels or 100 individual listings in total. And if you can't come up with the channels, that's okay. There are several things that you can do. Number 1, you can send out the survey to your clients. Number 2, you can ask friends or any kind of people in the industry. And number 3, you can use a website like a SimilarWeb where you can just type in the website and this tool will show hundreds and hundreds of similar competitor websites. So what I also like to do in this list is next to each of the listing, I write email list size or website traffic size or members count. So whenever I'm working with this individual listing, I know how potentially big they are. Step number 3, I create processes and KPIs to reach them out and build a relationship. So this is where I delegate the whole thing to my colleague. She goes through the list, she finds the right contacts on the internet, and her goal is to get this very first touch point. She sends out one email and potentially 3 to 4 reminders after that to get the first touch point. And whenever the answer is yes, or at least maybe, I jump in and take over the conversation. Usually she cleans the whole list up in 2 or 3 weeks, and then reminders will take maybe 3 or 4 extra weeks. So basically in a month, you can do that. So in this moment, we have, let's say 30 out of 100 listings that said yes. Step number 4, plan and execute campaigns. I have my own process here that I've been doing for a couple of years. And what we do is we plan 2 partner campaigns per month and we spread them out evenly throughout the year. So if there are 12 months, we will have 24 campaigns scheduled. These are different e-blasts or newsletters, maybe product placements, YouTube videos, or community pushes. It depends on the channel. Second thing that I like to do is 2 times per year we have a huge sales in June and November. So 2 times per year in June and November, I try to collect all the channels that have been working with us and push extra campaigns in these small windows. So these are usually related to our sales. So we use partner channels, we use e-blasts and posts in communities to push our big sale. Let's say, for example, Black Friday sale. And I've seen that these 2 things, one is 2 campaigns per month spread evenly throughout the year and 2 big pushes during our sales. These 2 things work very well together. Step number 5, we look back and measure the data. At the end of campaign, I look back and analyze the data. And it might be that big websites or big YouTube channels will perform much worse than smaller communities. So we always measure the effectiveness and performance of the channel so we know if we can work with them again. When measuring the effectiveness, I like to use 3 colors: green, yellow, red. Green is when everything is fine, there's definitely profit, and we will work with this channel again. Yellow is on the edge or barely profitable. I will probably work with the yellow ones once again to find out how it performs. And then there's red, which is basically a loss, and we won't work with them again. Also, you might ask, are these channels paid channels or are these free channels? So most of them are paid. I have a marketing budget and I try to squeeze as much profitable channels as I can in this budget. Also, there are some partnerships or affiliates. These work very, very well for us. And actually, there are several free channels, which is basically we send our product to an influencer or we send our product to a YouTube channel. These guys make a review or do the product placement. And if they love the product, they usually love to promote it further. The secret or the pattern that I've seen many, many times is if this person related to the channel loves the product, these channels will perform better than others. Why? Because I think these followers just feel that energy and excitement. So if your budget is limited and you can't decide with which channels to go, just send out the product or talk with them and just try to read which of these people are more excited to work with you. And if you see that excitement, potentially results will be better. That's it, my friends. That's my 5-step process that I've been using for 5 years, and it helped my client generate close to $1 million last year. If you have anything to add or you have your own process to get huge traffic to your website, feel free to share on the comments section. And see you on the next video. See ya!